What's happening, people? Want to thank everyone for all the kind birthday messages. Sorry I can't get back to everyone. I've had that many, but my birthday's on postpone. We're on hold until the 24th of Jan, and we'll be having a birthday celebration and a world title celebration on the same night.
What do you think it is that makes him special? What does he do that's different from others? What does he do that's elite?
He's got an elite right hand. You know what I mean? Of the way he plants that on people's chin. But he's just an absolute banger lad. He comes out and wants to have an entertaining fight every single time. He doesn't shy away from a firefight, and he loves a war. And I've never had a war in all my years of fighting, so I'm looking forward to one.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, of course. Always want one.
So you've never had a war, you want to start it by doing it with Justin Gaethje?
Well, yeah.
Where's your head at, man?
It's firmly screwed on my shoulders, lad, but you know, people are laughing at me when I'm saying I'm going to stand with him, but I am. People think that I'm just going to shoot in the first 10 seconds. I'm not. I'm going to stand with him, and I'm going to put it on him. And people are going to be like, wow, we weren't lying. Like, he's more of a boxer with leg kicks, and I'm an MMA striker. I don't do just boxing or Thai boxing or kickboxing or taekwondo or karate. I'm an MMA striker, and you'll see that when I fight him.
Right, what he does on the feet.
I rated striking, probably like a 7 or an 8. I mean, he really throws a lot of power into his shots, and if you do get hit with those shots, like there's no doubt it's a problem. And he's constantly moving forward, and that's a big part of this sport, and it really gets him into these clinch positions and into these takedown positions off of his strikes. And so I really got to create angles and run him into shots. I've always said I create car crashes. I want to be the object that we're the same mass. I want to be the object that gets there first and has the most force, and that's by controlling his feet and running him into dangerous positions.
Paddy Pimblett isn't blowing out candles just yet. His birthday was yesterday, but the party is on hold until January 24th. Paddy says that night won't just be a birthday celebration, it'll be a world title celebration too. It's also a clear warning to Justin. Business first, celebrations later. He's locked in, focused, and promising fireworks when the cage door closes.
UFC right now, Mr. Paddy Pimblett, Paddy the Baddy. Let's start with this, because for as much shit as you get for people saying like, oh, he might not deserve it, this and that, you've always said, you're like, look, bro, I fight whoever's put in front of me. Whatever name comes in front of me on a contract, that's who I fight. So I feel like there's, I almost feel like the criticism is a little bit unfair, because it's not your decision. Like, you just fight who's in front of you.
That's it. And I've only ever done what the UFC's asked me to do, and every contract they've put in front of me I've signed. I've never missed weight, I've never pulled out, I've never fucked a fight up like some certain dickheads. So, that's probably the reason I'm in this position now, because they know I'm going to turn up and I'm going to fight.
What do you think about that? So I guess we're not going to mention his name, but
Posh boy.
Paddy made it clear that fighting Justin is nothing new or shocking to him. He explained that he has never picked opponents or played politics. He signs every contract put in front of him, shows up, makes weight, and fights. That is why he believes he is here now. In his mind, this fight is a reward for always being ready while others sit out or turn things down.
UFC, I guess 323, 324, whatever the seasonal press conferences we're at right now, we're here with, I want to say probably the most talked about man in the UFC right now, Mr. Paddy Pimblett, Paddy the Baddy. Let's start with this, because for as much shit as you get for people saying like, oh, he might not deserve it, this and that, you've always said, you're like, look, bro, I fight whoever's put in front of me. Whatever name comes in front of me on a contract, that's who I fight. So I feel like there's, I almost feel like the criticism is a little bit unfair, because it's not your decision. Like, you just fight who's in front of you.
That's it. And I've only ever done what the UFC's asked me to do, and every contract they've put in front of me I've signed. I've never missed weight, I've never pulled out, I've never fucked a fight up like some certain dickheads. So, that's probably the reason I'm in this position now, because they know I'm going to turn up and I'm going to fight.
When talking about how this fight came together, Paddy focused on timing and opportunity. He said he was already preparing to fight earlier in the year and even expected to face Justin before. Plans changed. Other names dropped out and this matchup landed back on his lap. To him it feels natural, like something that was always going to happen anyway.
I thought I was going to fight him in Abu Dhabi in October, to be honest. But obviously that never happened, and now we're here. So I am eventually fighting him. I thought I was going to fight on this Jan 24th card, so I was preparing for Ilya for a couple of weeks, to be honest. Just doing bits of training for him. And then obviously we got told it's Justin, Ilya's not fighting, so obviously me and Ilya mightn't like each other, lad, but I wish him nothing but the best with all his family shit. It's nothing to do with fighting.
Paddy also explained how he sees the belt attached to this fight. In his head, whoever steps into the cage and wins is the real champion at that moment. Since Justin will be across from him, that makes this fight as serious as it gets. He is already thinking about taking that belt home and defending it as if it belonged to him.
But when I win this belt, I'm the champ for now. I don't care if it says interim on it. I'm the champ. He's out the cage. I'm the fucking champ.
I was just going to ask you that because you were on our Full Send podcast a little while ago and you almost like made this whole thing happen because you were like, no, I don't want Ilya to win the title. And you were like, I want my first UFC lightweight title defense to be against Ilya Topuria. So the way things have panned out, you're viewing this fight against Justin Gaethje as the actual UFC lightweight title.
Yeah, that's it. Because that's the belt what's in front of me, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do a Justin and throw it on the floor and say I'm waiting for the real one. This is the real one. While Ilya's out of the cage, this is the real belt. And I'm coming to take it on with me.
Chael Sonnen also gave his opinion on Justin and made it very clear that Justin is at a stage where things go only one of two ways. Either he becomes world champion very soon, or he walks away from the sport completely. That is why this fight matters so much. It is not just another name on the schedule.
On the list is Justin Gaethje. And the reason Justin Gaethje has to be on this list is I don't know if he's coming or going. I do not know if Justin, but it's going to be one of the two, make no mistake. Justin Gaethje is either going to be champion of the world or he's going to be retired the next time we have this talk. The next time we get together and we're talking about a year in review or a year in preview, the great year to come. Justin Gaethje's either going to be champion of the world or he's going to be retired. And
Chael stressed why he takes Justin's mindset seriously going into this fight with Paddy. He pointed out that Justin is not hanging around for attention, money, or comfort. He sees him as someone who knows exactly why he is still fighting. That is what makes this dangerous for anyone across from him, including Paddy.
It's just what you're used to doing, just the lifestyle. You're used to getting up and you go to the gym and you see the guys and you come home, you rest a little bit. You go back, you do it again. You do whatever the coach says. You don't have to think a whole bunch. Just got to respond physically. And it's one of those things that they don't know that they can stop. And I don't see Justin as one of those guys. I don't see him as one of those guys that's gone and secretly blown through all of his money. Just the opposite. I think he's made some good investments and has quadrupled some of his money. And I only suggest for you that when he tells the world, I'm here to be champion, give me a title fight or send me home, I believe that he means it. And when he says, give me a title fight or send me home, the other thing that he is saying is, give me the belt or I'm out of here. Meaning, I don't want you guys to hold me up, but let me tell you something, I'm not going to hold you up either. I will get out of the way and make a spot for somebody else. That's how I interpret him. I think that that's very honorable.
Chael also broke down how Justin fights and why speed is such an important aspect when fighting Justin. Chael stated that Justin doesn't care about getting hit because he can use those instances to strike right back even harder. As a fighter, getting caught in an exchange can always be a gamble. According to Chael, if Paddy can't strike and get out safely, then he's walking right into Justin's arena.
Be fast enough, you can get your shot and get out of the way before he gets his shot, right? It's an equal trade. But is Paddy faster? Justin just gave an assessment. I'm so happy for Justin, by the way. He played such an interesting hand here. And he didn't have the cards. By the way, he did not have, there was a lot of things that fell into place to get us to this point. If Ilya Topuria had not taken to social media and said, hey guys, time out, I don't believe we're at this point. I don't believe it was going to be Justin versus Ilya. I'll admit that it could have been, but I don't think it was. I think Paddy was going to get that opportunity.
Chael then moved on and talked about the age and how people generally don't understand it. He dismissed the notion that Paddy is such a young new guy in the sport. He emphasized that Paddy has been around much longer than people give him credit for, that he is more in his early 30s. On the other hand, Justin is much older, and Chael said that the first thing that gets taken away with advancing age is your speed. This was why Chael continued to carefully consider the age factors, because the quicker man in the octagon would be the one controlling the match.
Paddy the Baddy is not the young guy you think he is. Paddy the Baddy is not the brand new 24-year-old new kid on the block that you think that he is. As a matter of fact, Joe Silva tried to sign Paddy the Baddy. Joe Silva left the industry a decade ago. And he tried to sign Paddy the Baddy. So I'm just speaking to, Paddy goes about 32. He's got a birthday coming up. He could be pushing on 33, gonna be 32. I'm just sharing. He's not the boy that you think he is. But Justin is older. And in the world of boxing, the speed advantage would go to the youth. If you didn't know who's faster than who, and you could just look at one number, it wouldn't be record, it wouldn't be knockouts, it wouldn't be experience. You would just look at who was younger. Well, he's got an advantage. And we love to say he's got an age advantage. But all we're saying is speed. That's what we're saying when we say he's got an age advantage. He's the younger. We're just saying that we think he's going to be quicker than the other guy. And that is one deal with.
He also talked about Paddy's stand-up. He said that he does not see it as clean or perfect, but he does see real power and constant pressure. Paddy keeps moving forward, which can push fights into clinches and takedowns. Justin's focus is on cutting angles, staying in control, and answering pressure with heavier shots.
Do you believe against yourself he'll still be as aggressive, or do you think he's going to be trying to look to get this to the ground as quickly as possible?
Well, no, I think he's going to have to. Obviously, I think he's going to fight smart. I think he's going to fight a smart fight. I think he fought a smart fight versus Chandler. I think in the first round, he was very calculated. He wasn't necessarily over-aggressive, and I expect him to fight like that against me. And, I really got to control his feet, When it comes to technique, he might not be there, but when it comes to, aggression and tenacity, those are big variables when it comes to striking, and those are things that he does not lack in. And so I'm going to need to still his momentum and still the confidence, because that's why he is so effective right now.
Justin talked on the matter as well and said that he feels Paddy will not rush in blindly and will try to stay patient, as he did in the Chandler fight. Justin thinks Paddy grows into fights once he feels comfortable, and that confidence can snowball fast. For him, the danger is letting Paddy settle, so shutting that down early is important.
Right, what he does on the feet.
I rated striking, probably like a 7 or an 8. He really throws a lot of power into his shots, and if you do get hit with those shots, there's no doubt it's a problem. And, he's constantly moving forward, and that's a big part of this sport, and it really gets him into these clinch positions and, into these takedown positions off of his strikes. And so I really got to create angles and run him into shots. I've always said I create car crashes. I want to be the object that, we're the same mass. I want to be the object that gets there first and has the most force. And that's by controlling his feet and running him into dangerous positions.
Michael Bisping sees this fight as far more competitive than people first assume. He acknowledged that Justin is older now, but he still views him as dangerous and proven. Even after the Max Holloway knockout, Bisping made it clear that this is not how Justin usually performs. He still expects the same pressure, power, leg kicks, and toughness that have defined Justin's career for years. At the same time, Bisping gave Paddy real credit and did not brush him off. He pointed to the Chandler fight as proof that Paddy is legit at this level. Paddy did not just win, he dominated, and that matters. Bisping reminded people that Chandler has been in wars with top names, yet Paddy made him look helpless. Arman Tsarukyan made it clear that he does not see Paddy Pimblett or Justin Gaethje as fighters who can challenge him. He compared them to punching bags, saying they are the kind of opponents you still need to prepare for seriously, but he feels confident that neither is at his level. Arman stressed that even though anything can happen in a fight, he does not view either as a true test of his skills. He also said that while both Paddy and Justin can surprise you if you are not careful, he believes his abilities surpass theirs. In his mind, no matter how intense their fight might be, he would be able to handle either one without being in danger. When Sean O'Malley talked about the fight, it appeared that he started showing favor to Paddy. The one thing that impressed him was that Paddy has grown significantly compared to how he used to fight a few years back. He pointed out that a little while back, people had their doubts about Paddy and the wins that he had. However, this current confidence is different. Paddy comes off as a much more complete and much more dangerous fighter. Justin's current streak and age were also brought up by Sean, and that factored into his thought process. Sean agreed that Justin is still a threat and has come from a strong victory, but he did not dismiss the mileage either. To him, the fact that Justin is older and has had these knockouts recently made him wonder how hard he can hit in a prolonged fight against a guy like Paddy. Sean liked Paddy for the various ways he could win. He kept gravitating to the fact that he has chances to survive the fight and then take it to the ground and finish it with a ground battle. When it came to Luke Thomas, he felt the betting line would not stay the same for long and expected it to tighten as fight week gets closer. Seeing Justin listed as the underdog caught his attention, and he did not think that would last. Just as Chael, Luke also pointed out the fact that Justin has aged, and that he has lost something over these years of brutal fighting, and may just have some chances for Paddy to take advantage of him. He also made it clear that Justin is still the better striker. Luke believed that Justin was more refined and lethal with his feet. Nevertheless, he cautioned fans from writing off Paddy just yet. He pointed out just how much better Paddy looks at lightweight and just how well he is at taking the back and holding it. If Paddy can get to the back, he could dominate the fight. With both fighters bringing different strengths and strategies, this fight is shaping up to be fast, intense, and possibly end before the final bell. Fans can expect high-level striking, movement, and moments of pure action. Let us know in the comments who you're backing. Are you going with Justin's raw power and experience, or Paddy's sharp skills and clever fight plan?